Education Secretary Miguel Cardona said on Saturday that the Department of Education is moving full speed ahead with preparations for its debt relief program after a federal appeals court temporarily blocked the program on Friday. Amid some Republicans trying every which way to block the Biden administration's debt relief program, the department is moving full speed ahead with preparations for the lawful implementation of our program so we can deliver relief to borrowers who need it the most. Cardona said in an opinion on USA Today on Saturday. The Biden administration's student loan forgiveness plan was temporarily put on hold on Friday by the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Eighth Circuit amid a challenge from six Republican led states. The Republican Attorney General, who argue that the Biden administration does not have the authority to cancel the debt, appealed their case after it was dismissed by a district court judge on Thursday. The White House on Friday night vowed to fight Republican challenges to the debt relief program and noted that the ruling does not prevent borrowers from continuing to apply for relief or the government from reviewing applications. Cardona joined the administration in promising to fight the lawsuit in a video posted to Twitter on Saturday. We promise to fight to protect you from baseless lawsuits trying to stop us from providing you debt relief. Cardona said we will not stop fighting for you. The education secretary also called out Republicans that have previously taken advantage of other loan forgiveness programs such as the Paycheck Protection Program. It's only when relief is going to working middle class Americans that these elected officials have a problem, Cardona added in the USA Today opinion. So, the strategy of Biden's cabinet, I realize, because this is the second story I've done about this in like the last 10 or 20 minutes, is they're going to position the Republicans as being against working people by going, hey, we're giving help to the bottom as relating to like wealth, like the people who are the poorest, we're giving them help, and you're trying to stop that. And I said before, and I mentioned Jem in the other video, it's like Biden's plan is such a milk toast, bare bones, tiny, like it is debt relief only because it's better than nothing, and it is very much close to nothing when you remember that you have students that go to some of these schools, and by the time they leave, they have 50,000, 100,000, even higher than that levels of student debt. Like just it's really crazy how little they're even getting rid of. And what's so frustrating is because the Republicans are so right wing and so uncompromising, and can just never throw the middle class a bone. Like when I read this, I laughed when I read this statement, and I'll explain this in a second. Biden is a politician who's been known for being a conservative Democrat, right wing Democrat. So for him to be fighting in a metaphorical sense opponents from the opposite party who are more right wing than him, where they can't even agree to his bare bones student debt proposal, it's really like insane. I mean, when I read this statement about we promise to fight to protect you from baseless lawsuits, we will not stop fighting for. Cardona sounds like a superhero, and he doesn't sound that way because he's lying about the fact that the administration is trying to battle the lawsuits that these Republican, officials are like conjuring up to block student debt relief. He sounds heroic by the simple virtue that he's the lesser of two evils by doing something that's even less than a half measure, and the insane right wing elected officials who are against any type of relief for any student in America are blocking the administration from doing this bare bones thing. They're making them they're basically, I'll give you an example. Let's say you have, if you go to my state, you see a lot of it. Let's say you have a homeless person who's just sitting around and you can hear their stomach rumbling. And you're the Biden administration. You're a guy who sees them. You walk up and you give them, you take a big pack of fries and you pull out one fry from that must be 50 or 60 that are in there, enough to fill somebody up for at least a few hours or an hour to, for some time. But you give them one fry out of your 60, 70, 80 that you have in your little bag. And then as they take the fry and they're about to chew it, this thug comes up and they try to grab the fry from them. And now you, as the person who just gave this one fry out of the 60 or 70 that were at your disposal, is tussling back and forth with the thug that's trying to take the fry away from the homeless person. In this analogy, the homeless person or the middle class and others that are seeking to get some type of debt relief, the fry is the little bare bones proposal the administration has. You, referring to the person I was naming here that gave the fry, is the Biden administration. So it's Attorney General Biden, the White House, whatever. And the thug are the Republicans. They're trying to stop someone from getting just a little tiny slither of relief. And I said this in the other video. That student debt relief could be $1 and they still wouldn't let it go through because they will oppose every single thing that has even the slightest chance of benefiting a normal person's life.